Hey, this is Minister Paul coming to you from Sacramento, California. It's 5:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on August 20th, 2012. First, I want to address one thing real quick on Twitter. I don't tweet a lot, maybe one tweet a day at the most. I just retweet scriptures that I see that I like. But something on Twitter had caught my eye last week about these red and blue moose these stickers that are being on mailboxes. Well, we had a blue one. It was inside our mailbox because ours have to be locked where I live. That's how bad it's become. You have to have a key to open them, and it's a community mailbox of like 6. So I had a blue sticker inside mine. I was going to remove it, and somebody had told me it was a forward thing for my nephew, and so I left it there. And he has moved out of state. That should tell you how concerned we are. He has moved out of state, and so I just did get something from the state. I'm just going to tell you it was in around this area. That's all I'm going to say. It was a state agency. It was addressed to my business, PM Protection, and since the blue sticker's gone, I have now gotten my mail. Someone said prove it. Okay. I can't see the camera, so I have to hope that this picks it up. They're now putting the number 5 with the circle around it with only email that's addressed to my protection business. And people don't say that I live at 1111 and I keep giving the sign 1111. Okay, what's that? 1111. See, I'm not afraid of anything, but all my mail has this. Can somebody explain this? See, I explained away my blue sticker as a forward. We were getting mail for our nephew. We got him married. He's moved out. His brother's moved out of state. So why? So I can understand how our blue sticker would be in our thing and then taken out. But I can't explain why my business. See, I went out of business, but my license is still valid for a while. That's just how business licenses work. I'm not operating. I'm not out there anywhere. I want to look into this. Okay, I can explain that, but I can't explain this. I can't explain why there's a red sticker on this guy who I believe he lives in Sacramento. A lot of the people on my YouTube and Twitter, they're local. Stockton, Sacramento, all over California. And we actually talk on the phone. And I'm not going to make up no hoaxes. But what I am going to do is prophesy. Do you see this area right here? I've already showed it. I was wondering, why was I showing this? Let me back out a little bit. Okay, everybody take a look at this area. It's going to be obedient. This is the Capitol, and this is Capitol Park. I'm going to stop right there. This is basically all of downtown. From there to here. Okay, so this is the rail yard. Let me just be obedient here so everybody makes sense. This freeway right here would be north of part of where downtown ends, and then come this way. See this 50 interchange circle and all this? This would be south of where downtown ends. You see this maze that goes. This goes to LA on the west side, and then this is the east, the southeast side. This goes down to like Stockton and Fresno and Modesto and all that. This would be the other corner, the southeast corner, and then up here would be the northeast corner where this 80 symbol is. All of this is considered downtown. So something to do. I'm going to give a prophecy at 5:40 p.m. on 8/20/2012. Something is occurring with our government. Something is occurring with our government. And I know that since I've heard from God, and He hasn't given me specifics, just take a look at these buildings and look for something that will stand out to you, because we all serve the same God and the same Spirit. just take a look overhead and realize that, you know who here's the sad part about this. Do you know who I believe the target is? Us. Thank you for putting TSA in place after 9/11, honestly, because they've done a bang-up job of protecting us, and they certainly haven't infringed on our rights, because that's what America's all about, is us paying money to be protected and not having our rights infringed upon. That's what this country was founded upon, right? And a belief in freedom of speech and a belief in God, correct? So here we have a couple of things I want to point out to you. Israeli TV, Netanyahu is determined to attack Iran before U.S. elections. Click. I consider this, and I want you to add, I consider this a credible source, posted today. And here's a quote. I doubt Obama could say anything that would convince PM to delay a possible attack. And when is the attack? Before the U.S. elections. Well, that's just confirmation, if you believe in that someone asked me to put a date, and I said I refused to date set, and they were really concerned, and I realized that they were young. So, and their fear was legitimate, and they weren't just harassing me, because I get a lot of harassment. I said if I was going to speculate, and I'm not date setting, it would happen before the elections. If you're watching this, is that enough confirmation for you? Take a look at this picture of him meeting with Netanyahu, and they're all buddy and buddy with the hand on the shoulder, right? See the American flags and the Israeli flags? Well, we all know that Obama prays to Jesus every night, and that's why he got elected, for hope and change. And we all know that he's done his best to not support the enemies that want to destroy Israel, like Iran and Turkey and Jordan and Egypt. He hasn't given them any money, right? He hasn't given Egypt any money or supported their government, has he? Because they said that they want their capital to be Jerusalem. He has supported Netanyahu, their best friends right here, you can tell them. Because I would expect someone that prays to Jesus every night to read what? God's Word. And God's Word says, I will bless those who bless Israel, and I will curse those who curse Israel. I know Obama would never say, because we see this fancy picture here of them being best friends, I know Obama would never want Netanyahu to move his borders back to pre-1967 levels, because according to Netanyahu, those would be indefensible borders, right? He would never say that. So here we are with them getting along. Well, let's read the fine print, because what people don't do these days is read the fine print. This picture was taken September 21st, 2011, almost a year ago. Why are they showing this picture from a year ago? It's all a show, people. It's all a show. Where's pictures from their meetings this year where Netanyahu wouldn't even look at them? Where's that picture? So, one more warning, and then I'm done. And consider this a word of knowledge, gift of prophecy warning, and take a look at that map. State and federal government has plans for something bad, and it's going to affect the entire United States. Let me show you this. The Washington, D.C. just got 6 hours notice. This just published, by the way, just a few minutes ago, that NORAD, they have announced exercises. You know why they're announcing them? They want to warn the public. They want to make sure that you're safe, because no one has looked up in the sky anywhere in the United States and seen any military aircraft flying around over their city, have they? Well, I have 3 hours of it occurring every night, and no one announced anything to me. But all of a sudden, 6 hours from now, they're going to be flying missions of intercepting aircraft with an actual Cessna. This is an actual drill involving the North American Airspace Defense Command, the Falcon Virgo. It involves Civil Air Patrol, Coast Guard, and Air Force, and they're letting you know a few hours in advance that when you see all that happening over Washington, D.C., and I'll post a link to this story. See, during the September 11th attacks, the Pentagon attempted strike, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, that was 11 years ago. You know, it seems to me, and this is my personal opinion under the First Amendment, it seems to me that in the last 11 years, I feel less safe than I've ever felt in my life in this nation. And I feel like I've lost more liberties and freedoms than I have. I've lost liberty, I've lost freedom, I've lost rights, and I don't feel any safer. And it's cost us what we're at a debt of what we owe $16 trillion. Who are we really protecting here? Is it the public? For example, I got a flight in less than 2 weeks. I got to go through TSA. I got to get groped. They got to analyze me. Am I the new face of American terrorists? A white Christian middle-aged American just going to go to a church conference? Is that the new terrorist threat here in the United States? Let's talk about one more, and also involved is JDAC. Just so you know, they're a part of this Joint Air Defense Operations Center. This is going to be a huge deal in Washington, and I want you to be aware of it. Let's talk about mailbox stickers. Remember the blue mailbox stickers? Well, I have a friend in Sacramento. He has a red one in his. Explain why his is red and mine's blue. Now, these are coming from a state agency. Anything that's addressed to my business, now they're circling with a blue marker and the number 5. This just started today. Everybody see that? Help me explain that. I'm going to close with bombings and fires. Okay? I'm just going to show you a couple real quick stories about bombings and fires, because they were prophecies. Here's the bombing. I'll put a link. Here's the bombing prophecy fulfilled just in 4 days. Fulfilled. Bombing. Now let's talk about fires. We have a new fire today to report. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but I've been told to put this out by God, and I'm going to. And I'm trying to do it as quickly as possible. This fire right here is, man, it's bad. I've never seen it this bad here in my life. This Ponderosa fire is just started out of nowhere, I believe, last night. Well, okay, 7 homes have completely just been obliterated, and as I understand it correctly, over 350 are in immediate danger of just destruction. I mean 100% destruction. This fire, have they named it yet? Let's go real quick and then I'll close. The Ponderosa fire. Look at that. I can barely even see in my sky. And again, it's north of me, yep. Tehama, Shasta County. I have friends up there. It's only 5% contained. It's consumed 19 square miles at 5% containment. Yeah, here it is. Look, 300 other structures. 12,000 firefighters. You catch that? This is just about 2 hours north of me. What's your plan? What you gonna do when they come for you? Okay, so this is Minister Paul signing off. And if you see this flying over your skies, it's just to keep you safe. Amen.